Often the men would cry out, "Come on, Bushy, come and get me." If they were saying, "Bushy, the bastards have got me, help me," I had to ignore them and let them go. I knew there was nothing I could do once they'd been taken. I joined the army for a bit of adventure and because of family troubles. I wanted to get out of the country, head overseas and see a bit of the world. I think that was a fairly common reason for blokes to join the K Force to fight in Korea. Because of my experience in emergency services such as an ambulance officer, I was accepted as a soldier, but also a stretcher bearer. A group of about 40 men did 6 weeks of training near Albury. During the days in Korea we kept out of everyone's way, but at night we would march into the trenches, take our positions, and it was a bit nerve-wracking. You couldn't see anything, that you didn't know what was going on around you. We could be down there for 5 straight nights or more before returning to base for a rest. It was my job to look after the troops as well as fight. As well as carrying out 60 or 70 rounds of ammunition, I also carried combat rations, medical kits, field dressings, small dressings, drugs and bandages, plus a stretcher strapped to my back. I had to treat them, stay with them until I could get them to safely. Sometimes it would be hours before someone came, but all I could do was make them as comfortable as I could. Sometimes the sergeants would order me to leave them there. There was no point in both of us being out there. Not everyone could be saved. Sometimes I just had to accept that. As hard as it was, you had to leave them and move on. I couldn't stand complaints. We were all volunteers and we were trained together and flew over to Korea. So it was our choice to be there. If you're in the army, you do what you're told and you don't complain. You love every minute of it. Even the sad bits, you get on with it. I was there 9 months through all the tough parts. I enjoyed what I was doing. I had always enjoyed that type of work. Once I left the army, I rejoined the ambulance service and continued my work as a paramedic for about 20 years. In 2009, I became a life member of the Victorian Civil Ambulance Service. I spent my whole life helping people who couldn't help themselves, whether delivering a baby or holding their hand as they drew their last breath. It's work I've always loved to do and I've never had any regrets.